So this is the second part. This is the second part to 2750 Glenhurst. As you can see, they have steps coming up their yard here. Currently, they are 3.5 feet wide with runners on the side. We didn't actually come out here when we were talking. He just said yes for a bid on it. So they're 3.5 feet here, but as you'll see as we walk up there, they get bigger. They want to see the price difference between slab steps and built steps. The slab steps, I'm wondering if we can do limestone. I know that we can do limestone. I'm just curious if it's priced reasonably to do that. So, and if it's more reasonable to go with 4 foot, if those are standard chunks as opposed to a 3.5 foot having to get sawn. So, either way, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 risers in this first run, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 risers the rest of the way. These are pretty evenly spaced, around 14 to 15 inches coming up here. I would probably want to pull them toward the road a little bit so that way we're not sunk into the grade, and make it so that way there aren't any runners on the sides. So as we come through here, we would do it with limestone, patio stone as the landings, if you will. So whether they're built or they're slab steps, the limestone, the pattern limestone would be the runners. Or not the runners, I'm sorry, the landing parts of these. So as we come up to here, you can see they're getting wider. I don't know if you can tell based on point of view, but it's probably about 4 feet at this point. And then for the last 2 steps, it flares out to 6 feet, which is the width of their steps up here. We're not going to flare it out at the same point. I'd like to actually pull it back a little bit and make the last step start kind of where their garden is. That way then we can go from 4 feet out to the 6 feet over the course of this run right here. So it's about 6 to 7 feet is the depth that I would be as opposed to the 4 that it currently is. And then last but not least are their front steps, currently made out of Platteville. Sorry, something popped up on my screen. You can see this first step is ridiculously tall. So once again, we didn't come out here, so I didn't catch this right away. We're gonna have to add another riser in here. Whether we still line it up with a step, let's bid it that way, because this step is currently 16 inches deep. You know what? I take it back. It's 5 feet. It's 5 feet 10 inches. I want to say I have the dimension written down. It's 5 feet 10 inches, I believe, from the corner of this brick to the house. So if we were to put 2 treads in here, we would be, because you lose a little bit on each tread, we would be able to fit another tread within this footprint and still have a 3-foot landing. But let's pull this forward ever so slightly. Let's pull it forward, let's say 6 inches, so it looks like we're purposefully pulling it forward. Or even a full foot, so that way the first tread is, let's do that. The first tread is fully in front of the brick, and the second tread lines up with the brick coming across here. So instead of 2 risers that we have currently, we'll have 3 risers. The landing will be the same depth, but will be within code then of what we've got here. I'm pretty sure that that's foundation that I see right there, so we should be able to reuse that foundation theoretically if it's still in good shape. But I did tell them that on front steps we always have to have an amendment in there in case we get down there and we see that the footings are not in good shape. So yeah, you can see that I told them that they would save on money by doing all of this at once, because and that we wouldn't have to destroy their grass, because we could come up in the footprint of their current of their sidewalk, or of their walkway right here. So and then I suppose as an add-on, we'll just bid for 4 feet wide and let's say 10 feet for their landing going to the road. Just put that as a line item in case they want to finish it off. I assume that they probably would if they do the rest of it. So 4 feet wide, 10 feet from point A to point B.